Good morning. It's a beautiful day today, and I'm hoping you're joining me to get your day started or to end your day, or anytime you can take a break and be able to bring that calmness and peace and just serenity into your life in a little more focused way. Hope you're all doing that in all of your activities. When I woke up this morning, I looked at something, news on my phone, and I saw, I think it was Reuters had put it out, about an ER doctor, a woman who was 49, who was working in New York City, and she was right at the front lines, of course, being an ER doctor, and was very dedicated and was a wonderful leader and very concerned about the people working under her. And she developed the virus and was out for a few weeks with it, and then came back to work, and apparently they sent her back home. They felt like she needed more recovery time. And she went to stay, she left New York City, I think, and went to recuperate with her family, and she committed suicide. And I think this is something we have to look at very carefully. It's very sad, and she was a person who had all the material things she needed to be comfortable, and she had a wonderful job that she loved and wonderful friends. But she was seeing day after day after day the absolute worst that the virus is producing. And for whatever reasons, and I can't question her or know what really made her make this decision, but I felt such a tremendous sense of loss. I felt compassion towards her, nothing else but compassion, and what a loss for the world to lose someone like this. And I think we have to always be thinking with only compassion in our hearts about the cost of this pandemic and the price that we need to be willing to take to end it, to prevent any more suffering. So we have no idea what's going on in the hearts of people, or where their pain is coming from, how much they can take. And we're losing some of the very best. This is not a conspiracy. This is not someone trying to take our freedom away. This is samsara. This is the pain of this world. And we have to do our best not to create more victims to this disease, to this period in our society. So please take time to think about our helpers and the people who are out, and even on the outside, if they feel fine and seem like they're just really so dedicated and so upbeat and taking care, they are seeing things and they're being witness to something that is really a burden to bear. And remember them in your prayers, in your thoughts. Remember all of the people who are the helpers, but who are being overloaded in the emotional burden that's being put on them, and do everything you can to be a peacemaker and to be someone who can be calm in the middle of this crisis, to help other people be calm, to help be aware of other people. So that's compassion, being aware of other people and what they need. So I'm just seeing someone being put in an ambulance here at my apartments right outside my doors. So this is not over, and it's not time to be becoming lighthearted about the protection and the need we have to be distanced, social distancing. I think we can be lighthearted and at the same time have all of this in our awareness and in our grasp, so we understand that in the midst of everything, that there are people who are dying, and people who are frightened and full of fear, and people who are overloaded without enough sleep and without something to carry them through to the end. So think of them with all of your good thoughts and all of your hearts and with all the compassion that you have. So, sorry, that's not a real upbeat note, but I get really distressed when I see people out on the streets yelling at other people, when what we should be doing is sending metta and sending thoughts of compassion to everyone. This is even to those people who are yelling, right? Even to those people who are putting out false information to the public. We have to know how to come from a place of compassion, because we're always in this world working with the poisons of greed and anger and delusion or ignorance. And we have to be aware of that and try to let go of those attachments for ourselves, and also to be aware that that's kind of how this world works. So in the midst of all that, think of how beautiful the day is, and how so many of us are getting through this difficult period, and we're doing okay, and we're able to reach out to others. Keep reaching out and checking in with people and sending out your good thoughts. Okay? So let's sit. Just feel your body relaxing. Gently close your eyes if you can. Let your back feel straight. Hands resting in your lap. You can be standing or walking. You can be on your back to help if you have any kind of difficulties. Be on your back on a harder surface. You can prop your knees up or put something under your neck so you can be really at ease. But you want your mind to be very attentive, so you can be aware of everything. And by everything, I mean everything coming into you through your sense doors. And that includes our minds, our brain. We only close our eyes to cut off that distraction of sight, because that can sometimes be overwhelming. So if you need to keep your eyes open, that's perfectly okay. That's a very recognized way to sit, to meditate. Try to have something you can focus on so you can eliminate getting too sidetracked with what you can see. Breathe in and out through your nose. Just relaxing. Be aware of the sounds you hear. Be aware of how the air feels on your skin, how your body feels as it contacts the floor or the seat of a chair or your cushion. Your feet touching the earth. Be aware of anything you smell. Wonderful if you can be out in the fresh air. Keep breathing. And just let your thoughts come and go. Don't attach to them. Don't feed them with your attention. Anything that's important will be there when you end your practice session. We're learning to see that who we are not the thoughts floating through our head. We can see that our brain is cranking out these thoughts without us having any control over it. So what we can learn to do is to be more discerning about the thoughts that we choose to be attentive to. Be with each inhale and each exhale. When we take everything in through our senses, we can allow things to just be the way they are. I can hear lawnmowers outside. I can hear my neighbors talking in the hall. And I can just be okay with that. even though I know it might be intruding into your space as well as you listen to me, what to do. There's no use trying to get everything to be perfect, because that perfect doesn't exist. So this is part of what we're doing when we practice our meditation. We're training. We see those things that arise through our senses. We see how they create emotions or thoughts. And then we can learn that we don't have to be reacting to everything. We can let it go. We can let it be. And just be with it. And when we can just be with it, we're in the present moment. Just let your thoughts rise up and let them just dissipate on their own. All conditioned things have this same nature. They rise up, stay for a while, and then dissipate. Everything is impermanent. Everything is impermanent. Nothing is about us. Nothing is about our individual I. And the reality of the nature of this world is that there is suffering. But we can learn how to overcome suffering within ourselves. So in your quiet moments, your reflective moments, your moments of meditation where your mind is clear, see the joy in the present moment. See the peace in the present moment. Now, before we end, let's send out metta and compassion to ourselves, don't think because someone's suffering is greater than yours or you imagine it to be greater than yours, don't think that you aren't deserving of compassion. Compassion for any difficult situation. Compassion for mental anguish you may be feeling. Compassion for worry that you may have. Send that compassion to yourself. Be aware of what you're feeling. And also then be aware of ways you can help yourself. And give yourself what you need if it's possible for you to. That's good self-care. Have compassion towards yourself. See what you can do to help yourself. In ways that can really matter. Now think of your loved ones, whoever you include in your category of loved ones, those closest to you. Send the same friendliness and goodwill and kindness that you send to yourself. Send it out to your loved ones. Let it radiate out from you. And then move out as gradually as you need to, but just move out to include all beings in this world, all beings in this world system. Include all creatures and animals. And if you haven't included your pets in your loved ones, be sure to include them now. All of our pets are doing a wonderful job to take care of us. They're doing the best they can every single minute, I'm sure. And all creatures, all the difficult people in your life, in your world, and all the people who are carrying such a heavy burden, like the doctor in New York. There are so many helpers, so many people trying to keep everything going, trying to take care of other people, trying to keep their businesses going so they can hire people back, trying to keep organizations going who lack funds, businesses who lack customers. So think of all the people helping to make the world go on, help us get back to a new normal. Send out your goodwill and compassion to all of these beings around the world, in this entire world system. May all living beings be free from worry and fear and anxiety, and free from hunger and thirst and extremes of the weather. May all human beings be free of their fear and worry about this pandemic. May all beings being born and beings dying be at peace, be at ease. And may all of us find peace within us and be able to extend that peace out. Thank you. Have a wonderful day.